this video is one of the videos that I've been wanting to make for so long. I've been wanting to speak on this because this is something that I personally have been through many battles in my life, and this is actually something that everybody, I guarantee you at some point had some questions about this, and it is confidence. Ooh, so we're gonna get into it. In this video, we're gonna talk about what is confidence, what is not confidence, and then what do confident people naturally do. I'm not saying that you have to do these things to be a confident person. You can be a confident person without doing any of these things. But it's just that most people who I would consider is confident do these things that I'm gonna talk about in this video, okay? So let's get into it. Number one, I wanna define confidence. The way I like to define things sometimes is by bringing up the negative. I like to say, what is it not first? So confidence is never, ever about other people, okay? When people say the statement of, I'm better than you, I'm way better than everybody here, that can seem like confidence, but to me, now this is my definition, that's more arrogance. When you are bringing in other people into this definition, now we're talking arrogance. Because confidence to me is something that's all here, it's all within. And it's cliche, I know, but real, true confidence has nothing to do with anybody out here. Anybody. Absolutamente nada. Okay? It's all within you. If you're a confident person, then you just know you're confident. And that's it. You don't doubt it because you just know it. You just know who you are and you're confident. And that's actually the first thing that people who are confident naturally are. And it's that they know themselves, they know their worth, and they're not afraid to stand up for themselves. They have boundaries, okay? People who are naturally confident are not afraid to say no. If it doesn't align with your value or with your beliefs or with what you want to do with your life, did you know? Fun fact, you can say no. Did you know that? Hey, do you want to go out on Friday night? Okay, this is the worst example, but like, I feel like everyone has been there, right? Everyone has been there where somebody has asked them to do something, to go to an event, maybe to go to dinner, to eat out, and maybe you're just not feeling it. Maybe you don't feel like going out, or maybe you have a goal to reach. You're trying to eat healthier. You're just doing, and I'm not saying that you can't eat healthy when you eat out, but I'm saying that many people, especially a lot of my clients, have gone through this experience where somebody invites them out and they're in a situation where they feel pressured now to eat a food that they know is not healthy for them because they don't want to let this other person down. So you're telling me that you will put yourself down by doing something that you know is not good for you just so that you can spare someone else's feelings, which, by the way, their feelings has nothing to do with you. Their feelings is their responsibility. What you do with your life, how you choose to live, how you choose to express yourself, as long as you're not hurting anybody, that's who you are. That's who you are. If you don't choose to eat a certain food, don't. No one's gonna force you to eat it. Now, if there's strong cultural ties, if there's strong traditions, obviously you'd be going against a lot of ingrained years of beliefs, of traditions, of customs. So am I saying that it's still impossible to choose not to? No. You still make the choice to have a boundary. If you don't want to do something, you just don't have to do it. I'm not saying, but like obviously there's going to be an exception to every rule, just like everything. There's going to be something out there that it's probably better just to go along with, right? But I'm saying for the majority of the situations, in most cases, it's about social events. It's about saying no to, parties or unhealthy food, drugs, alcohol, all those vices that people can sometimes kind of try to coerce you. Oh, just have one. It's not that bad. Just have one drink. Just smoke one hit, right? Sometimes the mind plays tricks too. Sometimes the mind tells us, oh, just one piece of cake. No, son, that one piece of cake can turn into 5 right now. I've done it before. You've done it potentially too. You know what I'm talking about. So if you want to be a lot more confident, think about your boundaries. Think about your values. Think about what is important to you. And then if there's anything that does not align with it, get that shit out of here. Don't be afraid to say no. Don't be afraid to say, you know what? I am being a new person. I am trying new habits. I am implementing new activities that I want to do because I value my health. You can tell people that. When is it gonna be a wrong thing to tell someone that I want to eat healthier? I intend to eat healthier, and I intend to do this for myself. And so I choose not to eat it, respectfully, right? You can decline respectfully. You can say no respectfully. Even me, I've had to do it. I've had to tell my parents no. I know that's a big no-no, right? In a lot of places, but I'm not doing it to necessarily just to rebel against my parents. You know, I moved to a whole new country. I'm sure my parents wanted me to stay in the US, but me, my soul, you know what I really wanted to do? I really wanted to live in the country in which I'm living right now. So I did it. I did it. I even with against my parents, you know, preferences, I still made the move, and I made it happen, and I made it work, and now I'm happier than I've ever been, ever. Why? Because I'm living for me. Because that's my value, my boundary, my life, and that's what I chose, because it's my choice. So I stuck up for my values, and I wasn't afraid to say no to many things in my life, especially when getting into a physique that I'm very proud of, that I'm super proud of. I've had to say no to a lot of different foods, and I'm okay with that, because I know that the little 5 seconds of pleasure that you have with that cookie is not worth feeling guilty over for the next 6 hours. I'd rather not be guilty over eating a cookie for 6 hours. Like I would rather just sit there and not eat. Like I don't need to have a cookie in order to fill a hole, which is another topic that I need to get into in another video, that why people can't necessarily stick to eating habits. But that is not in this video, so we're gonna go on with confidence, okay? Another thing that people who are really, really confident that I've noticed is that they are not afraid to claim their space. So the way that you are, your posture, your body language says a lot. It says a lot. Now take it from me. I'm a doctor of physical therapy, and I see a lot of clients and all the different postures that come with it. And I would give you this. This is an estimate. I'm not doing scientific studies. A good maybe 80%, maybe 90, maybe closer to 90% of my clients, most of their postures was not ideal. If you're anywhere in the healthcare field and you have a patient, I guarantee a lot of times their posture is the forward head, rounded shoulders, hunched a little bit posture that looks like this. Watch. Like that. Now, chill out. I'm not roasting anybody. I'm just bringing awareness to something that I've noticed many times over and over and over again. I've noticed that people with this posture tended to be less confident. Now, is it that posture causing them to be not confident, or is it because they're not confident, so they constrict and they kind of tend to go in? I think it's the latter. Now, again, this is not a claim that I'm telling that this is true for 100% of the cases. I am not a science nerd right now. I'm not about to do a bunch of studies. I'm not going on PubMed, and I'm not looking up a bunch of literature. You want to do that? Go for it. I'm just trying to speak my perspective, okay? When you feel constricted, or when you feel not good about yourself, what do you tend to do? Have you noticed this? Have you noticed that if you're uncomfortable in a certain situation, you tend to go within, you tend to cover yourself up? Have you noticed? I've noticed that when people are shy, when they walk across me, then I'm not saying they're not confident, but I'm saying that a lot of them do this. They don't show their throat. Their throat's constricted. When people get uncomfortable in the stomach, they don't extend out, they go like this. They say, ow, my stomach hurts. They hunch over. Because when you're uncomfortable, this is my theory, the body needs to take care of itself more, so it goes within. You try to kind of cover it up as like a defense mechanism, right? But that's teaching our body that we're in the defense mode. And that's telling other people that we're not feeling good about ourselves in this moment, that we need some care, extra care right now. That's just my take, that's just my opinion. But if you go into every movie and every TV show in which they show, the stereotypical jock or the douchebag, right? There's, you know what I'm talking about. In those TV shows, it's like the bad boy. What is their potty posture like? They're not sitting like this. I have not seen one sit like this, hunched over, looking like that, looking like Notre Dame. No, they're usually like this. This is such a douchebag. No, I'm not. It's not. It's pretty cool. It's chill because they're okay, and this is why they seem more confident too. Look, they're okay with taking up space. Now, don't be that dude taking up everything. You don't need to do that. You don't need to be extra, right? There's a good balance for everything, but it's okay to take up your space. It's okay to be you. It's okay to expand yourself. It's okay to feel free. It's okay to want the desires that you want that align with your purpose and your passion. It's okay. If you were not worthy to be existent, you wouldn't exist. So the fact that you're even listening to me in this moment tells me that you are worthy and that you were meant to be here and that you have a purpose. That's going to be important. Be okay with existing. Be okay with who you are. Be okay. Love yourself and say, I deserve to be here. So take your space. Boom. And then the last one that I want to talk about, actually no, I'll give you a bonus one. I'll give you two more. Detached. People who are confident tend to easily detach from needing things to be a certain way. To me, the opposite of detached is anxious. When people need something to be a certain way, or if like people who are needy in general, they need things to be a certain way, or if not, their shit gets like crazy. Their brain goes into a loop. They can't think. They just can't function because it's not their way, right? Those people, to me, tend to be less confident because confidence is being okay with what is. That's my definition of confidence. Confidence is when you can feel good with just what is, with just as you are. When you say, I'm worthy of being me just as I am. That's confidence. Confidence is not, I hope everyone likes me. Confidence is, I'm okay if nobody likes me because I'm me, and that's perfectly fine. That's what real confidence is. And by the way, I stole that quote from somewhere. I already forgot where it is. I need to look it up, but that's not my original quote, so don't give the credit to me. So people who are detached in general are more confident because they're okay with things as they are and they're more nonchalant. Like if you see a confident person freak out over something, it's actually because they had an insecurity about that, right? Because by definition, if you're freaking out about something, it's because there's like a wound that it touched. That means that you weren't necessarily confident about it. Another thing about detachment is that when people take things like information or advice, some people take it too far to the extreme. So when I say be detached, I don't mean you don't care about anything, that you're just gonna sit in bed all day because you don't care. No. That's not detached. That's not caring. That's depression, literally. Being detached means you're still going after what you want. You're following your purpose. You're doing things that you love to do, but you don't need things to be a certain way for you to be happy. Does that make sense? So when you're doing something for the sake of doing it, that's detachment. Because you don't need it to be a certain way. By definition, if you need something to be a certain way for you to be happy, you're not confident because that is putting conditions on your confidence. And to me, if you're a confident person, you're confident no matter what. You're confident in every situation because confidence is a state of being. It's a knowing of yourself, knowing that you're worthy. That's that confidence. My confidence to me never leveled up. Look, I went through the whole body transformation. I went from being very fat, very chunky chunk, to fit, right? To more athletic, to more fit. The body, it was the me on the way. It was the learning of everything that got me the confidence that I have today. Okay, it was the struggles that I went through. It was the perseverance. It was every story that I had overcome on the way from obese me to now. That's what built up the confidence. It's not the body. The body did not give me the confidence because guess what? There are people out there in the world who get plastic surgery or they get liposuction and they're still not confident. So what is it? If it's not the body, what is it? It's in here. It's you. It's your consciousness. Please understand that it's all starts within you. Like I always say, the mirror, the life, everything that you see with your physical senses, everything that you see, that you taste, that you touch, that you smell, that you hear, these are all literally just information of light, of vibration that your brain transmits into information for you to experience. Deep. I know, and we learned this in PT school. There's literally science behind this, guys. Literally, science backs up you being the root of everything that you want to change. It's you. We're getting towards the end. So this is number one. I might have touched this earlier on, but I am going to explicitly say it now. But this is number one that I see basically every person who I would consider confident. This is what I see in them. And this quality is authenticity. It kind of goes hand in hand with being detached, because when you're detached from other people's opinions about you, if you really don't care and you're really doing what you want to do, what you really truly love to do without caring what anyone else says, thinks, or believes about you, then you're detached. And I would consider you confident. I really would, because you don't need people's approval to be you. Again, confidence is not needing people to like you. It's you knowing that you're good even if nobody likes you. No, I promise you, you did not travel in time. I know it was night before. It's right now daytime. The reason why is because my phone, of course, when I was making my last point, my phone ran out of storage and I said, damn. So I had to move a lot of my stuff into my Google Drive and all that stuff. But now I'm back. And yes, I'm wearing the same outfit because I love this outfit, and hey, I might as well keep the same flow for the same part of the video, right? Okay, so let's recap. Number one, know yourself. Know your worth. Know your value. How can you defend yourself if you don't even know what you stand up for? So you got to know what it is that you value, what it is that you care about, and everyone's going to have something different. No two people are going to have the same thing, and what's valuable to one person, you might not care about. Or for example, your biggest goals, I might not care about, because for me, it's not relevant for me. My desires are my desires, and your desires are yours. Okay, so know exactly what it is that you value and know your worth. The fact that you are here, you are worthy. Remember that. Why would you fight the fact that you exist? You exist. You exist, accept the fact that you exist, and this is a beautiful life. This is a beautiful life. Do not take it for granted. You exist for a reason, okay? The next one that we talked about was setting your boundaries. Can you say no in a way that's respectful, but also standing up for yourself because you know what your goals are? For example, again, I keep going back to this because this is what I see all the time with my clients. If you're in a situation in which you want to say no, but you're for some whatever reason, some belief that you have, some tradition, some value that you've been doing for so many years, it keeps telling you that you should or you have to say yes. You have to. No. I'm here to dispel that. Obviously, it's up to you. It's your judgment on what you feel like you can say no to and what you can't. So take your power back, just like I said in the last video, and choose no. If you really genuinely don't align with that, say no. What are they gonna do? What is the worst thing that people can do? What, judge you? They're gonna judge you regardless, so you might as well do what you wanna do, right? Exactly. So set your boundaries, say no for things that you don't want to do. Simple as that. Number 3, claim your space. I was watching my first 2 videos and I'm like, dude, my posture was kind of trash. So as you can tell, you can even see me and my confidence, how it's kind of expanded, literally expanded and symbolically over time, because those first 2 videos on this channel were actually last year. And not that I wasn't confident, but I wasn't as confident as I am now. But now I notice that my posture is way better. I naturally want to stand up straighter, not only because I have that intention of having better posture, because I want to project myself in that way, in that confident way, but also because I just feel better when I do it. My back doesn't ache as much. I don't feel that linger. Sometimes people, especially people as you get older and you're a little bit overweight, you may notice low back pain start. Why? Most of the time it's because if their posture is like this, there's a lot of tension in the lumbar spine. So claim your space. You may or may not have problems with actually maintaining a good posture, typically due to muscle tightness. This is actually PT stuff. Muscle tightness, deficits in your strength, but those are things that you can work on. You can stretch, you can work out, get stronger, you can train your erector spinae muscles so that you could be more upright. You can stretch your pecs, you can stretch your everything up here, the front muscles that everyone is constantly in. You can stretch them out. You can strengthen your posterior muscles to where you're now able to hold this for a longer period of time. When I first started actually wanting to improve my posture, I wasn't able to hold this posture for so long because my muscles weren't as strong as they are now. But after training them, now they're able to, just like anything, if you train the muscle, you're gonna get stronger over time. Same thing with your mind. you train your mind the same way by practicing everything that we talk about in these videos. So practice it, get it stronger, be you, okay? Number 4, detach, detach, detach. I cannot say this enough. Detach. When I started my YouTube channel, again, I said, I don't care about the numbers. I don't care about the subscriber numbers. I don't care about the view numbers. I don't care about that, because to me, I like doing this just for the sake of doing it, okay? I like talking to a camera and rambling on for years and years and years about my experiences and how that can potentially help people. So to me, I'm so detached about the number. I'm more so, all I care about is putting my words and ideas out there so that somebody might be able to use that to help their life. Now, again, remember when I said this, detachment to me is like the opposite of anxiety. So I don't feel anxiety as much as not nearly as much as I used to. Why? Because I just don't care as much. For example, let's say you have a presentation coming up in class or in front of a group at work and you're feeling a little anxious about it. That's normal. It's normal to feel some type of anxiety from it, but what's not normal is letting it constrict you so much in which you can't move, in which you can't think. That's when it's actually constricting your ability to function. And I would say that that's more definitely a lot of psychological conditioning that you've had about how people perceive you. You have a fear about how other people perceive you. I know it's easier said than done, but trust me, with practice, just like anything, it gets a lot easier. So this is what I would recommend you do. And this is how I did it. At first, a long time ago, I used to be a little bit more self-conscious about what I posted. I was like, oh, what do people think about this, right? Nobody cares. Number 1, nobody cares. Number 2, I went through this like month where I experimented. I was like, I'm just gonna post whatever I want. Literally whatever I want. I don't care what, like, there's no context behind it. If it means something to me, I'm gonna post it. And I started doing that more. And I started facing the fear of what would people think about me. Because I realized, number 1, nobody cares, which is the best thing in the world, because that means that we can spend less time worrying about what other people think. Because everyone in the world, all they really, like, we're so involved in our own life and our own consciousness that the worst case scenario is someone will look at you, they'll judge you for about 5 seconds, and then boom, they'll go right back to what they were doing, right? Let's take this to the gym. Some people are scared about how people will perceive them in the gym. They don't want to go to the gym because of fear of judgment. And so people are scared to do that. But what real people realize, number 1, everyone starts somewhere. And then number 2, they're going to move on with their life. I guarantee you, in about 5 years, they will not remember that you existed because they're living their own life. Right? We tend to overplay all these things in our head, all our fears, all our anxieties. We put too much emphasis on it, like it can affect us. The only way an anxiety thought or an anxious thought or any type of fear can ever affect you is if you let it. Did you know that? Did you know that it's still your power? You're the only person that's giving your fears your power. If you didn't care about what people thought about you, for example, you could do whatever you want. Anyone can laugh at you, anyone can say anything, but what if you don't care? Nothing matters, right? And then the last one, authenticity. Authenticity, being you. Be okay to be you, because guess what? No one else in this world is good at being you like you can be you. Think about that. You're the only you in this world. Even twins. There's only one of each twin. They're very similar. They have a lot of the same genetics, but they're still distinct. They're still unique. They may still have different interests, and that makes them them. So everything that you like, everything that you enjoy, all of the things that you align with is what makes you you. You can choose that the way you prefer. If whatever you gravitate towards naturally, that's who you are. Be okay with that. I think we live in a world where too many people, they try to form us into some idealized version of what they want us to be, and then we tend to buy into it. And then we wonder, why am I so unhappy? Well, it's probably because you're living your life for somebody else. You're not living your life for you. And for me, how did I become a lot more confident now? Is that I started living. I don't live for anyone else. I love my people around me. I love my family. I love my friends. But I don't live for them. I don't live to please them because it's my life. So I think that's it. I know I've been rambling for a while, but everyone who has been following up to this point in my 5, however many videos I have, I appreciate you guys. So hit the like button, comment, subscribe, because I'm gonna continue to go deep into everything that I've learned, everything that has helped me create the life of my dreams. Create the dream life that I've always wanted, and I want you to do the same. Chausito. Hasta luego.